Oh, okay. Anyways, hello everyone, and welcome to the cafe. Today is Monday, March 23rd, 2026, and yes, we are back. Uh, we are back with yet another episode of our cafe. So, as you can see, oh, oh, wrong lower third. Hold on, RJ, hold on, RJ. I know, I know, I know. We're supposed to. Okay. Where's? Oh, right here. Lower third bumps. Hold on. There we go. All right, go, RJ. All right, go, RJ, go. Okay, so yeah, how are you all doing so far? And it looks like we got a lot of our Discord audience in the stage tonight. We got the owner of the Cool FM, or just the chairman, Mommy. Hi, there we go. Hello. And also in our Discord audience, we got Carlos Adriel Yulo, EGC Archives, aka RST, Mika Lim, Reggie Jr., and RJ. Yes, hello everyone. Hello to all of you who are part of our Discord audience. And also we are also live on our Facebook page via TGON Qualified Manila, as well as on YouTube channels via Cool TV and Asphere's Cafe. Okay. Lower the volume. There you go. Okay. So guys, as you all are aware, I have heard that Crunchyroll got breached. Yes, they got the data breached, unfortunately, and it's going to be part of our topic for our tech cafe today. So if I go to bookmarks on my Firefox, and if I show you, there it is. This is coming from International Cyber Digest. So let's give a screenshot of. Unfortunately, no Roblox Studio for today because again I am out. I don't have much time to prepare earlier, so no Roblox Studio for this gap. But yeah, let's bring my Firefox screen share up. RJ, there you go. Then you zoom in, yes. Okay, so as you can see, this caught my attention when I saw Chibi Review's video about this one. Yeah. So, Crunchyroll breach through outsourcing partner in India. Ouch. So, a threat actor accelerated data from Crunchyroll's ticketing system and also managed to pull 100 gigabytes of personally identified customer analytics data. So, they managed to analyze sample data and includes, well, IP addresses, email addresses, credit card details, and more. Oof, this is not good. So, if we look at the screenshot on the right, you can see this is your Slack page, or Slack, or I should say the official Slack channel of Crunchyroll for employees working in Crunchyroll. So yeah, share the crunch. Obviously, we're not gonna go there because it's very confidential, but yikes. So we have more here where they allegedly stole 100 gigabytes of Crunchyroll's analytics data, which also includes IP addresses, as I have been saying before. So if you look very closely, you got, well, distinct ID, the names, their email addresses. Keep that in mind. Heck, it's not just the US. There are also overseas too. You have Mexico, Brazil, India, New Caledonia, and more. There's more aside from that. And yeah, this is bad. This is pretty bad. This is pretty bad. So and then they said this. The threat actor told us the breach happened on March 12th, 2026. So Crunchyroll revoked the access after 24 hours. Luckily, they quickly took action, which is a good thing. But what's not a good thing is they're ignoring all the messages and hasn't publicly disclosed the breach. So it's clear that they don't really care if something happens to their subscribers, right? Yikes. So let's see what they read in the comments here. Of course, glad I never registered on this FS place. Real. Lol. I mean, people have. I mean, to be fair, there are different interests in if people prefer to watch anime or not. For me, I do watch anime. Okay, I watch anime. Anime is always my main thing, of course. But I, this is the first time I see this take. Glad I don't watch anime. Well, to be fair, I think you need to at least respect people's interests. To be fair. Funny. Not funny, bro. Not funny, bro. Even he said this. Hacking is not funny, okay? Hacking is illegal. Well, there's actually two things, okay? There is actually two things. Hacking, there's legal hacking and there's illegal hacking, okay? There is illegal hacking and illegal hacking. Legal hacking is well, they if you remember correctly, with Xbox One getting hacked last week, yeah, that was actually legal hack. That's actually legal hack. And yes, I have already talked about this last week. If you haven't already, you should check my previous episode on cover. But why I am saying this is a legal hack? Well, again, this was showcased at Reverse Orlando 2026. Which is in fact the event there, and again, I don't think this is an illegal hacking. While this one, on the other hand, is technically illegal hacking. Yeah, illegal hacking. And hey, look, Gotcha YouTuber has managed to reply to this post on X. Change your passwords. I agree. So if you're one of the unluckiest person who got their accounts hacked, like heck, as Tick pointed out, Dual Knight Abbas got hacked, Tower of Fantasy got hacked, Warframe got hacked, and now Crunchyroll. So he is reminding you, if your account got breached on each of the accounts you are in, you have to change your password. That's his advice. You have to take notes on, because you'll never know if you are going to be struck with your data being sold to the dark web. So yes, it's very important to start taking action and change your password. So I agree with what Stick has said. Change your passwords. He's correct. He's correct. Change your passwords. He's correct. Also, I might mention him. He's one of the good Gacha YouTubers to watch. If you wanna stay up to date on the Gacha, everything Gacha related news, yeah, go give a follow to Sticks. It's really worth your time. Listening to him if you want to stay up to date on the Gacha news. Anyway, moving on to another replies. Let's see. I just wanna watch Spy Fam. We need to start. Okay, so this is interesting. We need to start punishing India directly as a whole and force them to start arresting and imprisoning their own scammers. Their government is in on these scam networks and profiting from them. So, well, some are speculating that the employee was paid to do that thing. Well, yeah. And it's not just that, they're also tired of being scammed, and yeah, unfortunately scammers are still rampant today in India, especially if you are located in India. You can tell that there are still call center scammers. There are still call centers that are targeting scams. So yeah, it's really not it's pretty bad. But damn, bro, damn. Anyways, yeah, Crunchyroll and Sony, you're gonna have to do better on this, because This is bad. Chibi Reviews has already reported on this. Thank you, Chibi. Shout out to you for keeping an eye on this. So yeah, Chibi, a salute to you for providing an update like this, because without you, this I so yeah, without you, I wouldn't know about this one. But yeah, salute to you, Chibi Reviews. And yes, Crunchyroll and Sony, you really need to do better. As they stated, they didn't want to disclose a breach. You have to be honest to your subscribers. Let them know that your some of your subscribers, or heck, 100 million or 100 or some subscribers were affected. You have to explain. You have to be honest to the customer. You have to be. You have to alert your subscribers. Yet you didn't, so you failed. So, Crunchyroll and Sony, I am begging you right now. Please do better. They deserve better in knowing that their account got breached, and you have to at least tell them to take action by changing their passwords, or heck, even enable two-factor authentication. Yet they don't want to do it, and they would still double down on marketing. How crazy is Crunchyroll, right? This is another example why I would not be subscribing to Crunchyroll in the first place, because Crunchyroll screwed up big time. I swear, Crunchyroll screwed up big time. Come on, Sony. Come on, Crunchyroll. You're gonna do better, okay? Ugh. I don't want to talk about Crunchyroll ever again in my life. I really don't like it. Bye. Anyway, now for the rest of our tech COVID headlines. So let's get into my private story to see what can we talk about. All right, so we got Windows latest. Oh yes, we. Oh wait, I need an enable VPN because for some reason I can't access the website using my own IP. So let's just go here. All right, so our next, our next one in our tech cafe right here is, well, this time is a positive outlook for Microsoft, as they will be fixing Windows 11 for real. So this is coming from Windows latest, as Microsoft confirms Windows 11 will run faster under heavy load and reduce RAM usage. So yeah, this is a positive outlook, and one of the good news that people might finally embrace. So this, again, coming from Windows latest, Microsoft is finally addressing Windows 11 performance issues from high RAM usage and UI latency to slow file explorer and unreliable search, while also leveling up Windows 11 to match better hardware and rising competition from Apple. So yeah, it's true. When MacBook Neo came out, people were really excited to try out Mac. And for newcomers who wanted to try Mac for the first time, they were really impressed. We also the first reception on Reddit. People are really holding on to their Neo for a very long time, and they will be using it for quite some time. And so far, their first impressions were really good, and no wonder why the trade-ins are to say no wonder why their trade-ins unexpectedly surged because of the success of MacBook Neo. So yeah, while MacBook Neo was having a huge success, or some success rather, Microsoft, this is the kind that Microsoft needs to have this wake-up call, thanks to the tougher competition from Apple. So on March 20, after what felt like years of neglect, Microsoft officially announced a detailed plan to completely fix Windows 11's performance and reliability issues. So yeah, we're going to show you the details right here. So full list of performance improvements coming to Windows 11 in 2026. So number one, as I have said before, Windows 11 will reduce RAM usage. With the RAM crisis still festering and popular desktop apps like WhatsApp and Discord betting on memory-hungry web wrappers, it's up to Windows to optimize its own RAM usage. Fortunately, Microsoft says it is lowering the baseline memory footprint of Windows, which means that the OS itself will consume fewer resources at idle, which in theory would free up RAM for apps and improve responsiveness when switching between tasks. So the minimum RAM requirement for Windows 11 is still 4 gigabytes as it is still is today, well, except for Copilot Plus PCs. But if your PC has 8 gigabytes of RAM, the memory usage jumps to 60 gigabytes in idle. In PCs with 16 gigabytes of RAM, in my case, it's funny, the minimum utilization goes much of RAM. Anyway, Microsoft hasn't detailed how it's planning to optimize RAM usage. The company is promising a more consistent performance even under load, or even under load. This may help open apps be more responsive throughout the day. Second, Microsoft is reducing interaction latency by shifting core experiences to WinUI 3 and improving the shared UI infrastructure in Windows. If you're unfamiliar with what WinUI 3 is, well, it is Microsoft's modern native UI framework for building Windows desktop applications. Right now, Windows 11 is built on a mix of legacy frameworks, native components, and web-based layers like WebView 2 and React. While being a flexible hybrid approach, it introduces delays between user input and UI response. So this is why some parts of Windows feel instant while others feel slightly delayed, even on powerful hardware. By moving more components to WinUI 3, Microsoft is removing that extra layer of overhead. For example, since the start menu is moving away from React-based components to native UI or WinUI, it would soon feel instant. Throughout Windows, you can expect smoother animations, faster response times, and a more consistent feel. And third, you will be getting faster and more reliable File Explorer. So Microsoft already made an effort to make the File Explorer open faster in Windows 11 by preloading it. So yeah, Windows latest tested the preloaded and non-preloaded versions in November 2025 and found that the preloaded version indeed launched faster. So here is the example. So how does it work? Well, you got the usage there, and yeah. But however, it's still slower than Windows 10. Windows 10 managed to open faster, as you are seeing on the right. Yeah, as you are seeing on the right, than Windows 11. Yeah, see, see that? Windows 10 loaded way faster than Windows 11. So with that said, it's reassuring to see the Windows 11 File Explorer getting the attention it needed. Microsoft is working on reducing latency across search, navigation, and context menu, while also improving the reliability and speed of file operations like copying and moving large files. The company is also promising faster launch times and responsiveness. And fourth, the Windows search is getting quicker and more accurate. So Microsoft is actually fixing the search experience throughout Windows, including the Start menu, Taskbar, File Explorer, and Settings. The company is promising clearer and more reliable search results with a clear distinction from web results. Too bad I already disabled on my PC because I don't need to have web results on my system. I can just use Google or DuckDuckGo or even Brave Search. I don't need to search it directly. So to prove it to you in front of my audience, I will be how do I say this? I will be changing my screen share so you all can see what I'm talking about. So to prove it to you right here, you can see I don't have the. Oh wait, it's still loading. Okay. So to prove it to you right here, as you can see, I don't have web results enabled, and I will show you right here. So if I search solo leveling, no results. So you do not get to see the web results because I disable it on purpose because I don't need web results for Bing since I use different search engine like Google, mix of privacy and invasive and privacy focused, I use DuckDuckGo and Google for Firefox, and other browsers I use DuckDuckGo. But yeah, that's just how it works. And unfortunately, yeah, Google has much has a much better indexing engine compared to the rest. And I'm still saying this in facts because yeah, Google has way better or way faster engine than the rest. That's why I still use Google, which I have no choice, but I still rely on it sometimes. So yeah, there you go. I'm hoping that Microsoft will finally refine Windows Search and make it better what people exactly wanted. Yeah, and finally, better driver quality and fewer OS level crashes. So performance is only one side of the problem, reliability is the other. Microsoft is working on reducing OS level crashes, improving driver quality, and making apps more stable across different hardware configurations. The company is targeting specific areas that users frequently complain about, which being more stable Bluetooth connections with accessories, improved USB reliability to reduce connection failures, better camera and audio consistency for work and media use, and more reliable device wake behavior, especially with docks. Microsoft's goal here is to deliver a smoother, more dependable Windows 11 experience to all different processors that support Windows and independent software vendors and OEM partners. So, ladies and gents, there you have it. So, that's Microsoft's detailed plans on how they can make Windows 11 better, and hopefully they will take it very seriously. I genuinely hope that Microsoft will finally make Windows 11 the best place for modern Windows operating system, because as of right now, people are still hating on it for a good reason. And why I mean it, they have yet to they still have yet to list to fix the instability issues and whatnot. So yeah, if if they start showing actions that they're going to actually fix Windows 11, good for them, good for them, good for them. So what are your thoughts on Microsoft's plans on fixing Windows 11 this year? Do you actually believe Microsoft will start taking action in fixing Windows 11? I would love to know, so please share your thoughts in the comment section down below, or those who are part of Discord audience, you may leave your messages in the chat and I'll be reading them. And what do you say about Microsoft's plans that they will actually fix Windows 11? And honestly, I'm actually excited. So yeah. Microsoft. I cannot say much, but good luck with that. I will be watching. I'll be watching. I will be watching. Your actions. I will be monitoring your actions. If you are all going to be taking it seriously and fixing Windows 11, good luck with that. Yeah, good luck with that. So yeah. Anyway, it is now 6:57 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, and we will be taking our first commercial break as we will have more tech cafe headlines right here on Asphere's Cafe. In the meantime, our fan-made sponsors, we have Del Salon, MSA Gatas, Kapinoy Coffee, Melody Mart, and Always Grocery. And once again, time check for Cool FM listeners. It's now 6:57 p.m. We will be right back after these messages. We will be back. And we are back. It is now 7:08 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, and yes, we will be continuing with another round of our cafe right here on Asphere's Cafe. So yeah, people. we will be covering another set of our tech cafe headlines as we will be diving into here. And of course, later in the cafe, we will be looking into what's with the weekly poll results, our smartphone weekly poll results, and how did it perform from last week and this week. So yeah, let's get into it right away. And what we got here? Again, I will have to keep my VPN enabled for the sake of the Windows latest, because for some reason I cannot access Windows latest with my own IP, or not with my non-static IP. Again, my static IP is having problems with the upload speed, which is why I had to resort back to the non-static IP. So yeah, with the sacrifice of not being able to access Windows latest, which is why I was forced to use a VPN. Well, not entirely on my system, but a browser rather. Also, continuing with our another run of Windows 11 stuff here. Let's get my screen share up if I can put it right here. Let's just wait for the screen share. Oh, I forgot to close any task. My bad. Okay. All right. Aside from the details plans that they're gonna fix on Windows 11, we also have some good news. Microsoft could drop the forced Microsoft account sign-in during Windows 11 setup, and I think this is also a good thing. So Windows 11 has always notched you to use a Microsoft account, and it's been getting worse since the last few Windows updates, but that could change soon. Some senior Microsoft engineers who have influence over leadership decisions are internally advocating for a Microsoft account free or local account experience. If the idea is given a green light sooner rather than later, it could mean you'll be able to set up a PC without signing into a Microsoft account. And honestly, with bypasses that Microsoft has been patching, and later realized it's not working, they're finally taking it back, or withdrawing, or I should say, yeah, they're not going to pursue this much, and they don't want to damage their reputation. So yeah. So you can see, at the moment, if you reinstall Windows 11 on your PC that is supported, or if you get a brand new Windows 11 PC, yeah, you'll be forced to sign into your Microsoft account unless you use a bypass comments, which unfortunately, if I'm not mistaken, Microsoft has already patched the comment that would let you sign in with that would let you create your local account, if I remember correctly. So yeah, that said, it's something that could still change, as some senior executives at Microsoft are pushing for a Microsoft account-free Windows setup experience. This change is being advocated by Scott Hanselman, who has been with Microsoft for the past 2 decades and is currently the vice president, member of technical staff at the company. After a user complained about needing an online Microsoft account just to use a PC, Hanselman replied, "Yeah, I hate that. Working on it." This suggests that a push for a Microsoft account requirement isn't universally liked, even inside Microsoft. More importantly, it confirms that at least some engineers are actively trying to change it, and given the fact that Scott Hanselman is among the leaders responsible for improving Windows 11, at least he's trying. I'm saying here, at least he's trying. This might actually happen sooner than later. And aside from the soon-to-be optional Microsoft account sign-in, Microsoft has also confirmed a streamlined OBB that requires fewer clicks. So in particular, the focus is on the out-of-box experience, where users are currently pushed to sign in with a Microsoft account when setting up a new PC. So Microsoft's, or I should say, Windows 11's OOB is currently a mess, because not only is the process unnecessarily long, but it also upsells Microsoft products, including Office, OneDrive, Copilot, and Microsoft Account. Which is a perfect example if I can show it to you right here. If I go to if I go to my YouTube page and if I head over to Fosie's official YouTube page right here, actually it's still, I don't know what's taking a while here. Okay, so actually this is a perfect example to show you because this this right here is what I had to agree. So if we show you if we show you the clip of Fosie's if we show you a clip from Fosie's YouTube channel right here, and if we go to their channel, just wait for it, and if we go to their videos and sort the popular, yeah, he made a video. He made a video that's a Linux user tries Windows 11 for the first time. Is it that bad? And spoiler alert, it is bad. So I will just go to the timestamp and I will see what Windows latest mean when they said they're upselling their product. I'll show you the timestamp right here. Yeah, I'll show you the timestamp review what I mean, what I mean. So you can see, I believe this is where around 2 minute and 10 second watermark. This is what they mean when they are upselling the product. So have a look at this. Have a look at this. This is what I mean when Microsoft is upselling the products to get you to use the product. Here's the video.
Recommendations. Sure, why not? I love targeted apps. Setup is new. Let's customize your experience. Again, personalized ads. I love it. Let's do gaming and entertainment. Phone? No. What? Data. Edge. You're in luck. You landed a free trial of Microsoft Personal 365. Oh hell yeah.
Okay, what he meant, hell yeah. Okay, keep that in mind. When he meant hell yeah, I mean he's just sarcastically joking. He was just sarcastically joking that he will be interested in buying a subscription, but yep, he's not actually gonna do it because yeah, this is the attempt to upsell you into the subscription, and obviously they have better options. They have other better alternative solutions than relying on Microsoft. But yeah, this is the perfect example of Microsoft trying to upsell you into buying a Microsoft 365 subscription, which obviously has a co-pilot where people are actually not interested in using the product.
Yeah, lucky me. 1 month free and then a 1-year commitment. That sounds perfect and non-predatory at all. Let me just enter my payment details. I won't show you this, of course. Start trial, buy later. Sounds good. Okay, so it's been stuck here for 8 minutes and there's not even anything to indicate that it's doing its thing. Oh, something's happening. What? That doesn't look right. What do I do here? Okay, I waited another 5 minutes and I've decided to just restart. Oh, there's the lock screen. Are we just in now? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, okay, so this is exactly what I'm saying, This is exactly what I'm saying when they are forced to sign into Microsoft account and yet you are already encountering problems. See? This is the problem. This is the problem he is exactly facing. And yeah, it's really a mess. It's a really a messy look when he is trying to set up Windows 11. I think this is where I'll have to end here. I'm showing you the clip here.
Not sign up for 365? I guess we can do that later. Hey, there we have it, Windows 11.
All right, so here you go. I'm showing you a few examples of how bad is the Windows 11 OOBE or out of box experience. This is the perfect example why Microsoft really needs to fix on improving Windows 11 OOBE. And if they are sticking to the words that they're going to do it, well, good for them. Because again, no one wants to. no one wants. No one wants. No one wants to be forced into buying their subscriptions when they don't need it, right? So there you go. That's Microsoft's update, or to say that's the update that Microsoft will be cutting down on OOB stuff, and also that the forced Microsoft account sign in could soon be a thing of the past. And yeah, again, I still do not trust Microsoft at this point because they still need to they or just say they want to see action that then works at this point. If they want to really make Windows 11 out setup experience better, they really need to do something about it. They have to do something about it, guys. They need to do something about it, and I mean it. They have to do something about it. So there. What are your thoughts on? So yeah, what are your thoughts on the I should say, what are your thoughts on Microsoft finally fixing the OOB experience? Do you think they're actually going to fix Windows 11, or will they unfortunately double down on AI? Let us know in the comments down below and on your thoughts on this one. Alright, that's all for the Windows 11 stuff, and now let's head over to the rest of our tech cover headlines, mostly from The Verge. So let's see what can I talk about right here. So we have okay, wait. It's mostly deals. I don't really mind deals at the moment. I don't think I will be talking about deals. Okay, interesting. Kodiak CEO says making trucks drive themselves is only half the battle. So
Yeah, hello.
Oh wait, this is interview. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna read that. I'm only going to cover, and I'm only going to cover the articles that are in interviews.
LTG in the house, guys.
Okay. An automated moderation error. Oh, wait. Okay, we're going to talk about this one. This one is, yeah, another whoopsie moment. And by the way, it looks like Laro Tayo Gaming is in my show tonight. Hello, LTG. Yeah, hello, man.
What happened? What happened earlier? I've been summoned.
Go on.
Yeah, I have been summoned.
Oh, yeah, I see you're being summoned. I know. Okay, next in our tech cafe is, yeah, moderation error, huh? We'll see if this is paywalled. I won't be surprised if it is. I'll still refresh it because I need to share my thoughts on this one. It is paywalled, so I'm just going to refresh this one because, yeah. Okay, so oh man, I don't want to paste this or just to read this. Anyway, so Tumblr users were left scrambling on Wednesday after thousands of accounts were banned in the same afternoon by an automated system. Numerous users contacted The Verge about the incident, claiming that the wave of bans disproportionately seemed to impact accounts run by users who identify as trans women, many of whom were given no specific reason for why their accounts were terminated. Screenshots of their email some users received notifying them of the ban state that, quote, this action was taken as the result of an internally generated report. Automated means may have been used to identify the content at issue, end quote. And it keeps asking me to pay it. No, thank you. Anyway, Chanda and Guk, head of communications and Tumblr parent company, Automatic, with the double T, confirmed the bans in a statement to The Verge, but said many were in error and had to be reversed. So she said this, quote, we continuously work to maintain platform health and adapt our systems to prevent bad actors from spreading harm. In that process, our automated system has incorrectly flagged several users, including but not limited to members of the trans community. We have disabled that system and restored those users while we improve it. We sincerely apologize to everyone who was affected by this error." End quote. The wave of bans last Wednesday came just a day after Tumblr reversed a controversial change to its reflogging system earlier this week, which sparked outrage from many of the platform's users. Some of the users who contacted The Verge suggested that the bans may have been in response to posts voicing opposition to the change, but NGAC stated that, quote, "The reported terminated accounts are not related to the recent discussion about revlogs," end quote. And also added that there is no evidence that trans users were disproportionately among the sub 200 accounts impacted. However, multiple users who contacted The Verge expressed concerns about the history of moderation issues on Tumblr, some involving trans users in particular. In 2024, Automatic CEO Matt Mullenweg got into a public spot with a Tumblr user who went by Pret Strogan. I don't know if that's how I pronounce it. Who Pret Strogan? Is that how I pronounce it right here? Correct me if I'm wrong, huh? Pret Strogan. Pret Strogan. Alright, anyway, and identified as trans. Pret Strogan shared frustrated posts about a lack of action from Tumblr in response to alleged harassment she was facing, leading her to eventually post that she hoped Tumblr CEO, I'm not gonna mention because this is too far. Anyway, Pret Strogan's Tumblr account was banned afterward, but the dispute continued on other social platforms where Mullenweg shared private account details, including the names of Pret Strogan's side blogs on Tumblr. This isn't the first time Tumblr has run into issues with automated content moderation. In 2022, it started with New York City's Commission on Human Rights over discrimination allegations stemming from an adult content ban in 2018, which on top of overall accuracy problems reportedly disproportionately affected LGBTQ+ content. The ban had been put in place prior to Automatic's 2019 acquisition on Tumblr, implemented by its previous owner. Yup, you guessed it, that the big name in telecommunications industry, Verizon. CCHR, or Commission on Human Rights, settlement required a review on Tumblr's moderation algorithms and required Tumblr to make changes to its user appeals process to address algorithmic bias. Automatic has downscale plans for Tumblr in recent years. In 2023, after the site missed growth targets, Mullenweg confirmed to The Verge that the majority of the platform's non-sport, safety, and moderation staff were being moved to other divisions. So there you have it. One error can lead to big mistake, and this is already where some people are affected by this decision, and it really sucks. So yeah, what are your thoughts on this? Because honestly, I don't know, man. This is just one of the worst thing to happen there. Anyway, I will let's know in the comment section on your thoughts on it. Okay, it looks like we had one people watching on our channel right now. I want to see who is actually watching my show right now. So let's see. Let me read your live chats, by the way. Okay, so actually we got nothing in the live chat at the moment, but we do see one people watching. So whoever is watching my stream right now on Asphere's Cafe's YouTube channel, shout out to you, and shout out to you for supporting my show. So yeah, keep that up. And if you are interested in content like this, make sure to click or tap the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel, where we will be talking about technology, anime, manga, Japanese pop culture, and video games, and more, as we will be talking about a variety of topics every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, as well as random on Friday. So yeah, to those who are new, we normally talk about technology every Monday and Tuesday, while we talk about Japanese pop culture like anime and manga on Wednesday, video games on Thursday, and of course, random stuff on Friday. Alright, so yeah, there you go. So once again, ladies and gents, that is the automated moderation error that led to people getting panicked by users who are using Tumblr. Okay, and we still have plenty more because it's not even 7:40-ish yet. So let's see what else do we have here. Google search text replaces headlines and website titles. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. I need to share I need to share my thoughts on this. Hold on. Let's get my screen share once again up. Alright, so this is coming from 9 to 5 Google, as I have said earlier, as I said the headline title earlier. Google search test replaces headlines and website titles with AI. Oh boy. Oh boy. So Google search has started testing the use of AI to replace headlines and website titles, a change that seems both unnecessary, yep, exactly, unnecessary, and a slippery slope. As spotted by The Verge over the past few months, Google search has been altering some headlines of news articles when they appear in search results. The altered headlines, the publication says, were not written by the staffers, which raised eyebrows as to where the new headlines were coming from. Yikes. So Google confirmed that a small experiment is changing both the headlines of articles as well as the titles from other sites or websites in search results using AI. Google added that the idea is to identify content on a page that would be a useful and relevant title to a user's query, while better matching titles to users' inquiries and facilitating engagement with web content. Apparently, if the experiment actually graduates to something that will sell widely, it would not use generative AI, with Google saying that if we were to actually launch something based on this experiment, it would not be using a generative model and we would not be creating headlines with Gen AI. Examples of this shared by The Verge include in story with the headline, I used the cheat on everything AI tool and it didn't help me cheat on anything, which Google's AI simplified to cheat on everything AI tool. Right here. Yep, right here. Yep, see? Cheat on everything AI tool. So this is what the Verge title originally was, which again, it said, I used the cheat on everything AI tool and it didn't help me cheat on anything. And then if we go to the Google's search results, cheat on everything AI tool. Very simplified title, and yeah, I see it unnecessary. And the original title, Microsoft is rebranding Copilot in the most Microsoft way possible, which again led to the backlash from users. And yeah, no, we all saw that coming. Yeah, Google simplified the title to Copilot changes. Marketing kings added again. While it's very common for articles to have an SEO title different from what the article shows, you will see this on most 9 to 5 Google articles. Those are usually written by the author editorial team. Google will occasionally cut off pieces, but it's very abnormal for search to just completely rewrite an entire headline on its own. Yes, exactly. Well, it's useful, but again, it's you have to leave it to the website owners to do that job, not Google. Okay, AI should just be used as a research tool. It should not be. It should not be. Hold on, how to say this? It should not be used as a primary thing to replace everything. Keep that in mind. So yeah, as mentioned at the outset, it also seems completely unnecessary and it ruins an important element of the web for publishers and site owners. If Google can just decide to show its own AI-generated title, it might completely misrepresent what's actually being published to the web. This is on top of the fact that Google search is already driving less and less traffic to the web, and AI source links are making up for it either. Google Discover, oh my god, I have to say about Google Discover, I absolutely hate the current state of Google Discover. Why? Why do I hate it? Number one, I was forcefully shoved with full of short videos. Again, I'm the person who doesn't watch AI. I am the person who doesn't watch short videos staring at the screen all the time. I don't watch short videos. Yet Google Discover is insisting the insisting short videos on Discover feed, which I absolutely do not like. This is why I currently don't like the state of using Google, or say this is why I don't like the current state of Google Discover, because again, shoved short videos. I don't want that. Heck, the topics shown on Google Discover are completely irrelevant to what I am watching on YouTube. Does that make sense? Anyway, so Google Discover previously tested AI headline rewrites, something that has now widely rolled out because they perform well for user satisfaction. While Google suppose, okay, hold on, I have been notified on my system. Your client version is older. Oof. Okay, I'll deal with that later during the commercial break. Anyway, something that has not widely rolled out because they perform well for user satisfaction. While Google supposed to go off better matching titles to users' queries might sound like idea at first, it almost defeats the purpose of the way search works in the first place. Yes. Yes, it does defeat the purpose. It does. So what are your thoughts on Google replacing headlines and website titles with simplified AI title? Do you think this makes sense, or do you think it's another unnecessary change? Let us know in the comment section down below or in the live chat, because I would love to know your thoughts on this. All right, so let's see if I can open the comments section there while I'm at it here. Hold on. So yeah, what are your thoughts on that? I don't know. Anyway, I don't see comment section loading, so we might just skip this one entirely. Okay, before I continue, it looks like I will be sharing an update to those who are eyeing on the DCX situation lately. So, according to the TOC head of DCX, it looks like the hard drive is currently fine, from what I'm hearing. Again, that's what I am hearing. That the situation is fine, but again, we will keep an eye on that. If to those who are listening to DCX, yeah. But yeah, anyway, that's the update. That's the current update on DCX at the moment. And again, I'm not even sure if it's 100% okay or not, but Carabri will still provide updates to those who are part of the Yo to those who are part of the Yo Discord server. All right, let's keep going. We will be going to commercial break later at 7:45-ish. So let's see what else do we have. We have. Hold on. We have. Oh dear, this is a kind of slow news, isn't it? Huh? Okay. Hold on. Anyway, shout out again. Shout out to those who are part of Discord audience. Once again we got. Once again we got. Carlos, Adriel Yulo, EGC Archives, Mikalim, and the TOC and the new BTOC member RJ. Okay. So let's go back to my private server. That's where I get the feed there. Yeah, it's a little bit slow today. Alright. That one I already covered. Let me just keep looking for one. Oh boy, okay. Amazon is making an Alexa phone. What? I know this is too early for a smartphone cafe, but The Verge is already talking about it, so let's get my screen share right here. Oh, dang it. But, yeah, ladies and gents, this is interesting. So, this is coming from The Verge, as I am starting to see, or as I'm aware, that Amazon is trying to return to smartphone industry, and this time it will be under Alexa brand. According to Reuters, the phone with its codename Transformer will center around Amazon's AI assistant, but Alexa won't necessarily be the primary operating system of the phone. So Transformer is currently in development in Amazon's Zero One group, led by Jay Alliard, who previously worked on the Zune and Xbox at Microsoft. Alliard's team has reportedly explored both smartphone and dumb phone designs, taking inspiration from the $700 minimalist light phone, which features a black and white display and lacks an app store. Uh-huh. App availability was a major challenge for the original Fire phone, which we saw why it flopped in terms of Fire phone sales, and something Amazon may try to avoid entirely this time around. According to people familiar with the new phone, integrating artificial intelligence capabilities into the device has been central focus, which could mean Transformer may rely on mini apps like those available in ChatGPT rather than a fully fledged app store. There is no timeline yet when Amazon will release Transformer, if ever, or how much it would cost. The original Fire phone launched at I'm calling it $200, but it failed to catch on, and Amazon scrapped it a year after its release. Amazon has been pushing to keep up with its rivals in AI over recent years, which may be driving it to reignite its smartphone ambitions. However, it may still face an uphill battle, winning over users on its revamped version of Alexa. Users posted complaints online after getting automatically upgraded to the large language model-powered Alexa Plus earlier this year, saying it was flooded when ads, quote unquote, and took longer to respond to queries. So, do you believe? Do you think do you honestly think that they're going to make good smartphones? Do you think Amazon is going to make, or just say, do you think Amazon is going to succeed? Do you think Amazon is going to, sorry, do you think Amazon is going to succeed in making a smartphone this time? Because if you all recall correctly, Amazon released a Fire phone way back in 2013, and with the limited selection of app availability, people aren't just interested in that phone. While I do believe the concept of the phone looks nice, the app ability was the issue, which is why the phone flopped. So yeah, this time, I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think the upcoming Alexa phone will be the success this time? Unlike the Fire phone? That I will need to hear your thoughts. Let us know in the comments down below or in the live chat on your thoughts on Amazon attempting to make a comeback with their upcoming smartphone that is under Alexa. We have one more before we take our last commercial break, and that is yep, and that is, again, we will get into the smartphone news later. Oh dear, OpenAI is going to have its super app. Yes, what I mean super app is the super AI hub for your entire PC. So yeah, this is very interesting development, despite the revenue has been on red alert for quite some time now. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is coming from The Verge. OpenAI is working on a desktop super app that merges its ChatGPT app, the Codex AI coding app, and its AI-powered Atlas browser into one app, according to the Wall Street Journal, according to the Wall Street Journal, where they first reported it. The company is making the change as part of an effort to simplify its various product efforts, according to a memo cited by the Wall Street Journal from Fiji Simo, OpenAI's CEO of applications. Fragmentation has been slowing us down and making it harder to hit the quality bar we want. That's what he said. OpenAI made waves last year with splashy announcements like the Sora video app and buying Johnny Ive's AI hardware company. But it has been facing increased competition from Anthropic as of late, especially following cool-day code surge in popularity. The Wall Street Journal reported on Monday that OpenAI leaders have been looking at things to deprioritize, with Simo telling employees last week that they needed to avoid being distracted by side requests. Simo said on X in a post quoting the Wall Street Journal's Berbergen, who wrote Thursday's story, with quote, companies go through phases of exploration and phases of refocus, both are critical. But when new bets start to work, like we're seeing now with Codex, it's very important to double down on them and avoid distractions. Really glad we're seizing this moment, end quote. OpenAI spokesperson Lindsay Held declined to comment. And as for the mobile version of ChatGPT, that is not changing, at least for now. So yeah, they're going to have a super app where they will be merging all of their services into one. And to those who are currently using OpenAI in their daily workflow, this may be interesting. So what are your thoughts on OpenAI developing a huge super app that houses ChatGPT, Codex, and the Atlas browser? Let us know in the comment section down below on your thoughts. And do you think this is a good idea from OpenAI that they're doing this? And do you see them? Do you see this decision? Do you see this decision feasible for them? I would love to know. It is now 7:44 p.m. or wait, it's 7:45 p.m. now, Philippine Standard Time, and we will now be taking our last commercial break because coming up later, we will be revealing the smartphone weekly poll results from last week as well as this week's weekly poll on what will be for this week, as well as the other smartphone headlines and the major talking point in the world of smartphone industry right now is the upcoming Galaxy A37 and A57, which we will get into that. So stay tuned. So don't go anywhere as Asphere's Cafe will return after these messages. Stay along with us. We will be right back. Welcome back to Asper's Cafe. It is now 7:56 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, and ladies and gents, as we are now getting into the last round of our tech cafe for today, here it is now with the round of smartphone weekly poll results. As we start off with our smartphone cafe right here on Asper's Cafe, or yeah, part of the tech cafe rather. So we are using different browsers this time, and we are using Brave browser. And so far, with our first smartphone weekly poll results for this week or from last week, well, it looks like the Nothing Phone 4A Pro is the fan favorite, while the 4A takes a step back. Not forward, but a step back. Oof. So, these are your hard results. Will you try the Nothing Phone 4A? Well, yes, I won one with 222 votes, sitting at a percentage of 13.9%, 11.6. Oh wait, no, maybe it depends on reviews. With 184 votes, sitting at 11.6%. No, not at this price. With 235 votes, with the percentage of 14.8%. I won the Nothing Pro 4A Pro instead, with 401 votes, sitting at the percentage of 25.2%. I prefer an older Nothing phone with 51 votes, sitting at the percentage of 3.2%. There are better mid-rangers out there with 309 votes, sitting with a percentage of 19.4%. I don't want a mid-ranger with 101 votes, sitting with a percentage of 6.3%, and none of the above with 89 votes with a percentage of 5.6%. So pricing was indeed a major issue for both phones, but don't let that nearly 20% price slice in the chart fool you. The pricier Pro model was received more favorably, so it's about value for money, not just the price. While the Pro, on the other hand, well, shockingly, they're interested than the regular 4A. So, yes, I won one with 264 votes with a percentage of 26.2%. Maybe it depends on reviews with 185 votes with a percentage of 18.4%. No, not at this price with 194 votes with a percentage of 19.2%. I want the nothing phone for a instead with 51 votes with a percentage of 5.1%. I prefer an older nothing phone with 23 votes. There are better mid-rangers out there with 201 votes and the percentage of 19.9%. I don't want a mid-ranger with 49 votes with a percentage of 4.9% and none of the above with 41 votes with a percentage of 4.1%. So that's the weekly poll from last week, and the results, as expected, they're very much interested more in Pro variant than the phone or than the regular phone A. Surprisingly, so yeah, that's the smartphone weekly poll results from last week, and now we will head over to this week's smartphone weekly poll. Will you buy the Oppo Find N6? So what? So before I even show you the, before I even show you the, before I even show you the poll results or not results, before I even show you the options for you to vote, well, let's talk about the smartphone first. So the Oppo Find N6 claims to have solved the biggest issues for foldables, which apparently made the crease basically invisible. But this is not the biggest issue, but it's certainly a deal breaker for many. And it's not like the Find N5 had major problems in other categories as well. And that being said, the N6 brings several important upgrades to the camera and battery. And as for the improvements compared to the N5, Oppo increased the battery size to 6000 mAh, which is up from 5600 mAh, instead of slimming down the phone. That means the N6 has the same thickness, with 4.2mm being open, 8.9mm close, and weight 225 grams over 229 grams as the N5. Again, those stats aren't an issue on the older model. And the other change is the big change is the more capable camera hardware, which is a 200 megapixel main sensor with 1 out of 1.56 inch, up from 50 megapixel one out of 1.56 inch, and the 50 megapixel ultra, which is up from 8 megapixel. Plus, the outer and inner selfie cameras now have 20 megapixel sensors, which is up from 8 megapixels. The telephoto camera is new too, but on paper, the 50 megapixel 3x700mm module appears similar enough to the 50 megapixel 3x75 or 75mm module of the older phone. The Oppo Find N6 will compete against the likes of the Honor Magic V6. Both use the same chipset, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. The Oppo may have the better main camera, while the other could offer better telephoto shots. The Honor also has a bigger battery, 6660 mAh for the global model, and 6850 mAh and 7150 mAh for the Chinese model, versus 6000 mAh for the Oppo. And speaking of, the Find N6 became available in several regions this Friday. The base 12GB of RAM and 256GB of storage model starts at 10,000 Chinese yuan, which roughly converts to $1,450 and 135,000 Indian rupees. However, Oppo confirmed that the N6 will not be available in Europe, so it's mostly targeting Asian markets. So there's a good chance that the phone will be sold in the Philippines, but take that as a grain of salt for now, because I wouldn't know exactly if the phone will be sold in the Philippines. But again, with Oppo stating that it will be sold in Asian markets, there is a chance that it will be sold here in the Philippines. And now let me review the options, or let me review your options when you are voting for the Oppo Find N6. Will you be buying it? Let's start. Will you buy the Oppo Find N6? Yes, I want one. I wish it's not sold in my region. Maybe I'll wait for the full review. No, not at this price. No, I prefer all other book style foldables. I want a flip foldable instead. I don't want affordable, and none of the above. So that's your weekly smartphone poll for this week. So if you want to vote on the website, I'll leave it. I'll drop it in the video description below once the replay is available on both Cold TV and Asphere's Cafe's YouTube channel. And I'll also leave it in the live chat as well in case you are interested. But again, I don't know if I can do that. But yeah, rest assured, if you wanna vote, I'll definitely leave it in the videos in the video description below or the show notes after I'm done with the program and once the replay is available. So yeah, if you are going out to buy the Oppo Find N6 or if you are interested in ordering online, now this is a chance. If you're interested in voting, now this is your chance if you wanna vote. So the results will be revealed this Sunday, and of course we will be reading out the results next Monday to see if people are interested in Oppo Find N6. So that's the smartphone weekly poll for this week, and that wraps it up for the smartphone weekly poll segment. Now we're talking, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're talking because I'm aware this is currently the talking point in the smartphone as we speak. Yup, the Galaxy A57 and A37. So following weeks upon leaks, like you got the box of the Galaxy A37, the unboxing video. Well, Samsung has finally decided to reveal the official announcement date for the Galaxy A57 and A37. The launch is taking place on March 25th at 5:30 p.m. in India, which is 5 a.m. in Los Angeles, 8 a.m. in New York, 12 p.m. in London, 1 p.m. in Central Europe, and 2 p.m. in Eastern Europe. So you got this short teaser video showing awesome. I'm curious though. Let's watch this. Okay, so that is a short 7-second. That is in fact a short 7-second. Excuse me. That is in fact a 7-second short teaser that Samsung is going to finally unveil the Galaxy A57 and A37. As with previous A series launches, the word awesome is part of the tagline and will probably also feature in the names of the colorways in which the devices will be offered. If you're in India, you can register your interest for the upcoming devices on this dedicated page on Samsung's website. So I'm not sure if this is also up on my page or on regional Samsung website. If we head over to Samsung website right now, let's see if we do have a invitation for the A37. As of right now, it looks like it hasn't gone up yet. But let's see. Let's check the mobile section real quick. If we go to the Galaxy A. Yeah, there's still no A37, A57, but they have already delisted the A36 and A56. They have already delisted it from the website. But yeah, as for the specs, or according to the past rumors, the Galaxy A57 has a 6.6-inch Full HD Plus Super AMOLED screen with 120Hz refresh rate, the Exynos 1680 system on chip at the helm, 6, 8, and 12 GB of RAM configurations, 128 or 256 GB of storage, a 50 megapixel main camera, a 12 megapixel ultra wide, a 5 megapixel macro camera, a 12 megapixel selfie camera, and a 5000 mAh battery with support for 45-watt fast quad charging. The A37, on the other hand, has a 6.7-inch AMOLED screen, the Exynos 4080 SoC at the helm, a triple rear camera setup, 50 megapixel main, 8 megapixel ultra wide, and 5 megapixel macro, and a 5000 mAh battery with support for 45-watt charging. So that's the announcement where Samsung is finally going to be officially unveiling the A57 and A37. I have already saw that coming before, so this is not new when it comes to Samsung's rumors for the A series leaks. So yeah, I already saw how the 837 and 857 looks like. I forgot if I have already shared my thoughts on it, but yeah, the 837 has thicker bezels than the 857. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Samsung finally planning ahead on officially unveiling the 857 and 837 this March 25th? Will you be excited and will you be looking into getting a new phone as soon as it comes out? Let us know in the comments down below. As for the leaks as well, speaking of leaks, here's the 837 box right here. Yes, they still have to put they somewhat still have to put the 5G in the title to indicate that it's 5G capable phone, while their current Galaxy S models don't have that one. But yeah, yeah. Anyway, so there's that, and we move on to the next one. We do have a hands-on video. Let's see, from Vietnam, but Vietnam. So if we oh wait, they don't have an automated subtitles, but you can even see for yourself. Okay, again, I'm not going to unmute the video because it's spoken in Vietnamese, so I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in hearing Vietnamese. So you can see if we bump it up to 1080p, you can see how the phone looks like. You have inside here, you got the usual USB-C to USB-C cable. And if we skip over here, this is the main star of the show, the A57 5G. So yeah, the back of the phone looks very premium, and I have yet to get my hands on this one when it's out when they have a demo retail unit up in my local area. Well, I will look into that one when they have a unit or demo retail unit already in shops. But so far, the looks of the phone is very premium looking, and kudos to Samsung for that. So if we move over to the top of the phone, you got the active noise cancellation, I believe, and you also have the microphone here. So on the bottom, you have the speaker, you have the USB-C, and the SIM card slot. So on the front of the phone, this is how the phone looks like, as you are seeing right here. And if you're curious how it looks, this is how One UI 8 looks like on the A57. And again, the phone is very premium looking. And I'm not even sure if this phone supports Wi-Fi 6, as I'm seeing right here. The phone, the Wi-Fi connectivity is still showing Wi-Fi 5, so I am not sure if this phone supports Wi-Fi 6 or Wi-Fi 6E out of the box, but only time will tell if they have the official spec sheets out for this one. But so far, it looks really good in person. The phone definitely looks premium inside, so yeah, really nice looking phone we got there. Anyway, so that is the 857, and apparently I don't want to skip this one because we also have another unit that is in blue color. Yeah, that's in blue color right here. But again, this is just the same thing. We'll see if they have the A37 right here. I'm not sure, but I don't think they have the 837. I might be wrong, but let's see. Is this the same phone? I'm not sure, but yeah, this is where he. Okay, yeah, it's definitely a same phone. So I'm not going to bother showing you the same thing, but yeah, this is showing in blue color. But either way, it does look nice, I would say the least. And yeah. Okay, so actually, this one is just to correct on that. This one is a 37, mind you. This on the left here is A37, and yeah, sorry about that. That's my correction right there. But on the right is the A57. Again, you have a pretty looking phone from what I'm seeing here, but this time it has aluminum frame. I'm going to mention that right now. This one has an aluminum frame. Oh lord! But you can slightly tell the difference because the back of the phone almost exactly looks the same. Yeah, the A57 even has a premium looking phone. What I said earlier was referring to the A37. But my gosh. And you have your language options. There's yup, yup, yup. Right here. Again, he's saying his language in Vietnamese because obviously he lives in Vietnam. He doesn't speak English as his language, which is understandable. But yeah, this is how the setup looks like on the A57. And on the bottom, you got exact same, well, almost, but yeah. A57 is definitely a much better phone compared to the A37, in my opinion, when I'm referring to the front of the phone, because yeah, the A37 has a thicker bezel. Well, look at the A57 right here, ladies and gents. Less bezels, slimmer bezels. Sign me up. This one is a promising smartphone I am looking at right here. Yeah, sign me up with this one. This one looks really promising. And as for the camera features, if you're curious, yes, they have 4K recording. Both only support at 30 frames per second. And if we go switch to the front camera, both phones also support full 4K recording too. Really nice to see from Samsung offering that one. So yeah, that's the first look of the A37 5G and A57. What are your thoughts on the what are your thoughts on the A37 and A57? Let us know in the comment section down below. And honestly, I really cannot wait. To give it a hands-on on this one because it looks very nice. So yeah, I don't know the pricing yet in here in the Philippines, but I do know that I'm still going over to Apple someday, so I don't know if I'm still planning to get this one. But again, Samsung really makes good phones, but they have to do better in marketing. So there's my take on that. So yeah, now moving on now to the next one. It looks like the Galaxy S26 is getting AirDrop support in Quick Share. So as you're seeing right here, if you know someone who uses an iPhone, you can now have AirDrop ready in front of a Samsung phone. So yeah, this is nice. So how does it work exactly? Well, as shown in the video, if you hover over to settings and if you go to connected devices and tap Quick Share, you can see there is an option to share with Apple devices right over here. Pretty neat. So this feature will allow you to share from someone or a friend you know who is using an iPhone. That will change the way how you share the files from iPhone to Android, and I am absolutely hyped for this one. So yeah, this is a really good development from Google and Samsung. Pretty phenomenal to say the least. So in a press release, Samsung confirmed that AirDrop support via Quick Share is available on the Galaxy S26, S26 Plus, and Galaxy S26 Ultra. AirDrop support and Quick Share will be available on other Android smartphones as well, but they don't have a proper timeline, or we don't know yet. So yeah, notably, Oppo recently confirmed that its latest Find X9 series will be getting the feature soon. So for now, it is limited to the S26 series, but if you have the S25 series or older Galaxy S phones built all the way to the S23, there's a good chance that you'll be getting that feature. And as for the A series phones, that I am not sure, but it's likely coming to the A5X and A3X phones that are still supported. So yeah, that's one major convenient feature that is now on the Galaxy S26 with other Android smartphones to follow soon. So what are your thoughts on it? If you know someone who owns an iPhone, will you be informing them, or will you let them know that Samsung is adding the ability that will let your friend transfer from an iPhone to Android? I say this is a good idea. Let us know in the comments section down below. Okay. Well. As for the keep Android open situation, it looks like Google is still doubling down on requiring developers to sign up for Google. They're still doubling down, unfortunately. But aside from that, there's also a 24-hour waiting period before you will be able to install apps from unverified developers. Okay, so Google's revamped process for side-loading apps on Android will require several steps, including a mandatory 24-hour waiting period before installing apps from unverified developers. The advanced flow, as Google calls it, goes into effect from August and forces users to verify their identity by going through a 4-step process with the end goal of preventing potential scams. As Google explains in its Android developers blog post, most scammers rely on curation and fake urgency to install malicious software. Google's solution involves enabling developer mode, then confirming that you are not being coerced into turn off security protection on your phone, followed by a 24-hour wait period and a biometric authentication and device pin entry. So how does Google's advanced flow exactly work? Well, I will show it to you right now. So, number 1, you will be asked to confirm if you are being coached. So you can see, yes, someone is guiding me, no one is instructing me. You have 2 options. So I'm pretty sure if you're a power user, you will be tapping no one is instructing me, because yeah. So you'll be asked. I mean, this is a good step for those who are unfamiliar how developer options work. So I say this is a good step. Well, you're asked there, you will still be required to wait for 24 hours. And yeah, you will be required to restart the phone and come back, and after the 24-hour wait, that's the 3rd step. There is a one-day wait, and then you can confirm that this is really you who is making this change on the device via a biometric authentication, either fingerprint or face unlock or device pin. Scammers rely on manufactured urgency, so this breaks their spell and gives you time to think. True. While I do think it's a good idea, I still don't believe they should require the developers to sign up for Google's verified developers, in my opinion. And finally, in the last step, being the 4th step, once you confirm you understand the risk, you're all set to install unverified apps indefinitely. And you have 2 options if you want to keep it on for a week or keep it on permanently. So if you do want to keep it on for a while, it will be for up to 7 days. Well, if you keep it on for a long time, that's exactly how it works today. It will still be on as is. There you go. So as for developer identity verification program, unfortunately, they're still doubling down. Google is still pushing it, which will go into effect from September. Unverified developers will need to verify their identity with Google by sharing personal details such as their address, email, phone number, and a copy of their ID. Google is also requiring a $25 registration fee. There is a free workaround for hobbyists and students with the option to share the apps with up to 20 people without providing their ID or paying the registration fee. In related news, Entry Community Engagement Manager and longtime tech journalist Michelle Rahman confirmed that side-loading apps using Android Debug Bridge will bypass Google's advanced flow process and its 24-hour waiting period requirement. God bless them. At least the Android Debug Bridge will not be affected, so it's good to see they're not going to touch that tool, because that tool is important for developers, so that is not going to be affected by their upcoming security measures. Anyway, I still find it sad they're doubling down on the web verification program. It sucks, but it is what it is. So again, uh, uh, and Keep Android Open website has a very good explanation on why Google should not be doubling down. So if we once again go to keepandroidopen.com, you can see that they have. Oh look, they have actually made the website more. They made the website. Oh look, they actually made the website more friendly. Nice. So yeah, you can see they are still doubling down, and they have so many reasons to explain, which the website explains better than me. So yeah, we will if you care about Android, if you care about Android so much that you don't want Google to make it lockdown, you have to start acting now. So this is the best way to take action if you're interested. So once again, I've already talked about this last few episodes of the coverage. So if you are interested, you can check that out in previous episodes. But yeah, I'll leave the link in the video description below on what you can do to keep the platform open. Again, I'll put the link in the video description below or in the show notes on what you can do to keep Android open. So there you go. And there's also keepandroidopen.org. I'm sorry about that. There's two different sites apparently. Keepandroidopen.com is more friendly, but yeah, there it is. Advanced flow, not a solution. Yep, exactly. As I have said it before. Well, I do find that the first step is very good. Why I say it's very good? Well, it lets people know who are not tech savvy. It lets people know who are not being tech savvy that yeah, you are possibly getting scammed. But I think this is a good thing, but still, it's not a solution. It's not a solution, ladies and gents. It is not a solution. So this entire flow is delivered through Google-based services, not the Android OS, meaning Google can modify, restrict, or remove it at any time without an OS update and without any user consent. The advanced flow has still not appeared in any Android beta, dev view, or canary release. As of the date of this update, exists only as a blog post and UI mockups. The community is being asked to accept a product announcement as a functional state for 5 months until the mandate takes effect. And until Google provides a shipping implementation that can be independently verified, our position remains unchanged. Again, they're doubling down, unfortunately. As I have been saying this many times, they have been doubling down, unfortunately. Hold on. Let me help the dude out. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Anyway, yeah, as you can see, they're still doubling down. Very sad, and yeah, we need to take action if we want to stop Google from doing this. And yeah, they know it's not a solution. So yeah, what are your thoughts on this news? Let us know in the comment section down below. Again, I will leave the the link in the video description below under the show notes on what you can do to keep the Android platform open. As for the quick notes now, OnePlus 15T emerges in listing ahead of launch. So it is now listed on China Telecom, which revealed its key specs, and it's going to be launched sometime later this year or later next month. We also have the Nord 6 retail box, which looks like this. And for the specs, it will be powered by the Snapdragon 8 series chipset, the likely being the Gen 4. We'll have a 6.78-inch AMOLED display with a 1.5K resolution and a 165Hz refresh rate. Xiaomi India will be introducing the Redmi 10A, the 15A rather, which will have improved processor. They didn't specify which, but yeah. And finally, Instagram Reels cannot be paused with a single tap. So previously, you will have to hold the video to pause it, and tapping reel will instead need to audio, which I did verify it's true, which I did verify it paused, but now you will be able to pause by just single tapping the screen. Okay, it is now 2 minutes before 8:30 p.m. and I want to thank everyone for your support. I want to thank everyone for your continued support and yeah. We will have more tech highlights to cover. I know this is a little bit slow news, but that's okay. At least we really made it to the end. So yeah, what a success for our show tonight, despite a little bit of technical difficulties earlier in the start of the show. Okay, with that brings us to the end of Asphere's Coffee for tonight. Thank you very much for joining us, and we will be back again tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on Cool FM and Cool TV, and as well as on social media pages on TGON Cool FM Manila, and of course on Cool TV and Asphere's Coffee's YouTube channels. And speaking of which, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and get notified if you are interested in upcoming episodes of our coffee like this one, just like this one. And with that, we will now leave you to the next program on Cool FM and Cool TV, being Music Express. That is coming up next. This has been Asphere's Cafe. I'm Cairo, and the cafe is now closed. We will see you tomorrow. The cafe is over. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.